have a friend who his father was a little bit on the whatever side, so his dad, he had to go to therapy over it and find out what it really was. You know, a lot of people did not really appreciate the household. Like, I have a friend, a dear friend, that, you know, after it was all said and done, years later, we went out to eat one night, and he was telling me about his house, and I was like in shock. Like, we were eating dinner, it was a bunch of friends, and after the dinner, I had to pull him aside and go, listen, I don't have parents. So for you to say that shit about your parents, that they didn't pay attention to you and shit, it's fucking bullshit. And we're dear friends, and we almost got into a fight. We had to get pulled apart because he felt that I was insulting him, but I wasn't. I was just explaining to him that you're actually going to therapy because you didn't think your dad did a good job with you. I mean, I know your dad. I grew up in your house. I went to your house fucking, 10 times a week. Your dad was old, but in his world, he thought his dad worked a lot of hours and shit like that. That was the gayest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. But I understand. I understand. Some people, this is why part of me didn't really want to go on the road when I moved here. Mercy's getting to an age. Listen, in LA, she was a fucking 8-year-old, up to 8 years old. She was a fucking kid. She's going to be 9 in January, and a big 9. Like, her mind is fucking big. She hears everything. She knows a lot. She asks a lot of fucking questions. She's the type of kid that I could see Mercy coming to, like she did. She came to me 2 years ago and said, listen, I need for you to stay home a little more. I need you at the house a little more. Mom needs you at the house a little more. So I could see Mercy being one of those whiny cocksuckers that comes to me when she gets older and said, because kids are like that, I went to Penn State, I did all these great things, but you were never there to be my father, and that bothers you. That does fucking bother you. And I know a lot of you feel that way. Think about it. A lot of you feel that way. Maybe you had an older brother, you feel your dad spent more time with your older brother, whatever. I've always, guys, for me, since I was 17, I couldn't wait to have a fucking family. I just couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait to be a dad. I look at Mike, and Mike's a dad. He's got 2 kids. I knew him before he had kids. But it's just so crazy. Mike is a dad now. When I talk to Mike, yeah, we talk about music and his open mics and shit, but we talk about being a dad. He knows what it is to be a dad, and he welcomes it. I get a lot of slack from people. Every once in a while, when people get mad at me, they fucking attack me, and they attack me at a low end. They'll say to me, well, look at you. You fucking ran on your daughter. They say it to me to fucking hurt me. I'm a lot smarter than that. That shit doesn't bother me because I did not run out on my daughter. I just tried to give us both a better life, and that's the only way I knew how to do it. But now I'm confronted again with having a daughter, and I'm stepping up to the fucking pump. That's why I watched King Richard. I wanted to see what he was doing different. If you notice in King Richard, John Bernthal's in the movie. John Bernthal plays the tennis coach in Florida that they go to. That was Steffi Graf's tennis coach and shit. Fucking great movie. And I spoke to Bernthal about it. Like, that's why he had the mustache in the Sopranos scene, because he was shooting this movie at the same time. He had to go from one set to another. But the interesting thing about the movie that John told me, that they got to talk to, his father. And John did a lot of research on the father. And he goes, the father was fucking crazy. He was crazy. He raised him a crazy way, the way he pulled him out of the Pro-Am and the summer leagues and all this shit. But he did it all to make a statement. Sometimes you have to make a statement when you're on the rise. Something that a lot of people don't know is, this is why I was always a big fan of Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin's manager, because he did what was best for the band. I got into the entertainment business, and I've been around fucking managers and agents. And I got to tell you something. Out of all the managers I met over the years, I've been doing this for 30 years. In the comedy game, I don't know the music game, I know the comedy game. There's 3 really good managers working today. 3 really good old-time managers working today. I don't even know how we got on this conversation. But the rest of them are fucking shitheels. It's just like they're not. And when I look back at these managers, the thing that they're lacking is commitment. Commitment is everything. Commitment is everything. When I was Jackie's father, I was just a father. I was going through the motions. I'm honest enough to say this. When Mercy came along, I'm committed. My commitment is in her. Why? Because I know if I put a little bit of effort into her, if you put 60% effort into your kids, you're going to get 30% effort back. They're not going to fucking take all your, you know what I'm saying? They look at you. I see it with kids now that are older than Mercy. When I go to games and stuff, I see how their parents talk to them and how they react to their parents. You get 30% effort back from your fucking kids. They can't put what you told them together. So fatherhood, to me, I had to study it because this is what I wanted to do. I didn't just want to be a mediocre dad. I didn't want to be a 50% committed dad. I wanted to be all in. But to be all in, I couldn't do all the other activities I was doing. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm coming towards the end of this taper, and I focused everything on marijuana for this taper to help me, and it's been great. I've been sleeping with the edibles. The weed calms me down at night. I only smoke one joint out, but I can tell already in about a year or two that I'm not going to be able to fucking smoke. Because every time I smoke, dog, even with the freeze pipe, my lungs bother me later. But it's not my lungs, it's not the freeze pipe. It's my mind playing tricks on me. All right, my mind likes to play tricks on you because then it connects what I'm feeling to COVID. So it's just, listen, guys, some people smoke pot and they get paranoid, right? Some people smoke pot and they fucking eat 22 fucking bananas. I smoke pot and fucking my mind play, because that's the level of reefer I'm at right now. I'm at the 40 level. I'm at the 40-year mark. You just don't get high and sit there and eat Doritos anymore. Now, your fucking addiction or whatever the fuck you call it, your reefer changes, things that you do on reefer. I don't get, like, I went out to dinner Saturday night. My friends were like, oh my God, I smoke pot and I got so paranoid I couldn't cope. And I tell them all, take CBD, whatever. I'm not up to that part in my pot smoking. I'm to the part in my pot smoking career now that the reefer goofs on me. Like the reefer goofs on me. I smoked the fucking reefer and next thing you know, I got COVID. It's like I used to have that joke because it's true. I used to eat edibles and forget I'd eat them. And I'd always go, I think I got diabetes.